Alan here from Wakanaman at YouTube with something that's particularly special today. Last year's manifest, I was extremely fortunate to lay eyes and see a 1978 Takara kit being built and displayed by my very eyes. I was even luckier to be gifted one by Rant of Mecha Workshop. The very unusual combat armor Soltic H-102 Bushman in an unusual 1:80 scale by Takara. This featured in the anime Fang of the Sun Dougram. I probably most likely mispronounced that. Within this anime, which is a very similar storyline to Gundam made by Sunrise, it's a lightweight combat armor originally designed for mountainous terrain. I was attracted to this build due to its grenade launcher armament, which is something that visually appeals to me, and the term Bushman, bush being the native landscape of Australia, gave me a good idea for a custom decal scheme. This is one of the most unusual kits in my collection and the oldest kit that I have worked on to date. There is very little known about this line of kit. I'm unable to find any information about this particular line of models on the internet besides remnant toys and other kits in different scales, which was released by Revell, again under the Robotech franchise. The kit contains 3 brown sprues of styrene plastic in decent condition, water slide decals, colour instructions, and a small canister of glue, which I assume at date is useless. I'll be introducing these decals and a few minor detail changes. Tomy Takara is the brand we all know and love for our early Zoid models. Before they met or fused, this is the level and the standard they set for modelling, and I have to say, during that time, this model is extremely impressive for an articulated robot, which most definitely outclassed its other competitors, including Ari and Bandai, which did not hold a candlestick to these guys well through into the 80s before polycaps. As I glued together kit, the instructions were clear. The pieces fitted quite well with minimal putty work at the seam lines. The detail was fairly impressive, and the articulation, yet minor, worked quite well. I did have a little problem with the pegs in the crutch of the legs, but other strategies used by other manufacturers have also failed in this setup. Besides that one little minor fault, I was extremely pleased with this build. The proportion to the box art seemed really close, and the detail extremely crisp and very well moulded. I'm very curious, if Takara never met Tomy, would they have become as big and powerful empire with the Sunrise banner as Bandai is today? I will be very interested in attempting to track down more Takara early model kits, as well as trying to find their brand of paint and seeing how that fared, or at least finding out from veteran modelers how easy it was to handle or use. The leg articulation is glued shut. The only detailing or modifications is on top of the shoulders and back. I will be airbrushing this in its original colour scheme form with a few artistic changes and a bit of weathering due to the nature of the box art. As for something completely different, I'm going to be attempting to apply a 30-year-old decal successfully. The quality of this piece must have been exceptional due to minimal yellowing occurred, though the first decal was an absolute cock-up due to my impatience. The other decals took about half an hour to loosen up in water, but slid successfully. I mostly used the RAF Vampire decals. This is the finished model of the Bushmaster in the Royal Australian Air Force markings and original colour scheme of the box art. I'm inspired to have this guy posted around the snowy mountains. I've never seen the original source material, so my idea may be absolutely out of line. I don't really care that much since most of us probably can't get our hands on it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this build as much as I have. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, watch this space for more vintage builds.